Good morning. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today I'm doing the second half of my what solds, which would be for last weekend, Friday through Sunday, the 9th of December through the 11th. Crazy sales, y'all. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is yet. You'll have to wait till next week's what sold. But I made my largest sale ever, other than a vehicle, on eBay last night, and they paid. They paid. So, yay. Yay. All right, we're getting ready to leave on our trip, so I'm going to be doing several back-to-back what sold videos so that we can just have them scheduled while we're on vacation. I'm so looking forward to a little sourcing and a whole lot of visiting with family. So I got a lot of work to do. Plus, we do Christmas early here. So I got to get that ready too before we leave. All right, let's get to it. If you're new to my channel, I do not do free shipping. So when I say something sold for an amount, it didn't include the shipping that the buyer paid. I list everything on eBay first, and then I use List Perfectly to cross list to Mercari, Poshmark, and Etsy. I used to do Facebook Marketplace and Bonanza. I no longer do them. Just not worth it. But, you know, some good sales to share with you guys. All right, let's start with Mercari. First thing is this Summit Collection Tan Bear 1987. A lot of times these are like craft bears. They're jointed. It sold for $8 on Mercari. I picked up 4 of these at an estate sale. They are teeny tiny Hallmark lamb figures. I'm assuming they were for a nativity. They were dated 1988. I sold one of them for $8. Gemma Joy was the brand. Bedtime Bunny Plush. It was musical and it lit up. It sold for $29. And this bear has been listed for quite a while. I think I picked it up at the Goodwill bins. It's called a Gloomy Bear, and it was by Taito or Tato. Had it on all of the marketplaces that I sell on, and it sold on Mercari for $70 best offer. This. Once I thought that I would like to get into vintage purses, so I was at an estate sale and I picked up a bunch. Didn't research them, weren't great buys. This one sold on Poshmark for $10. It was a Vintage Fashions by Margolin. It's been listed for several years, so I'm glad it's gone. Poshmark, another sale. Sanex Rilakkuma Small Plush 8-inch. It sold for $18. This Champions Men Puffer Vest sold for $21. Women's Columbia Glacial Fleece Pullover sold for $18. Urban Pipeline Men's Jeans sold for $18. And then this Nat & Jewels Darcy Horse Plush 12-inch sold for $19. Now I have 2 sales on Etsy to share. This is a Kids of America Gorilla Plush, very large, 28 inches from 2000. It sold for $49.95. And then this is a Snoopy purse from 1958. It's child size. It sold for $79.95. And y'all, it sold to somebody very famous. I'm not going to say who, but somebody very famous. So I love when that happens. All right, now on to eBay. All right, Enter American Products. I was finding that a lot, like earlier in the year, and then all of a sudden I stopped finding them. I just kind of find it odd how that works. This gray rabbit from 2018 sold for $17.50. Most of the items that I sell, I source very cheaply at yard sales, estate sales, and the Goodwill bins. We don't have great thrift stores around here, so usually the thrift stores are the Goodwill bins. We have one that we do okay with, like on bag stuff, but for the most part, this is why, you know, I sell a lot of bread and butter stuff. That's what I can find at yard sales and thrift stores around here. This is Anchor Hawking. It was a beehive glass carafe with the lid. It sold for $17.05. I bought a tote full of tablecloths, like the vinyl tablecloths with the flannel back. A lot of it was seasonal. Finally got to it. I paid $5 for the whole tote, and it was full. This was the first one to sell. It sold the same day I listed it. I took a best offer of $11. Cat in the Hat from Play Along from 2003. It sold for $12. Carter's My First Doll. I always, well, if I remember, I'm not going to say always, this is a 12-inch plush. I try to list the color of the hair and the color of the eyes. Somebody might be trying to find a specific one in, you know, and they're using those keywords. So I just try to use them. $11.66. Sinus mask, heat mask, vintage. I think we paid $1 or $2 at an estate sale. It sold for $26.95. Light bright pegs. These were in like a box at the Goodwill bins, and so I just dumped them. They were already in a bowl, so I just removed them and just sell the pegs themselves. This is for a vintage light bright. I do measure how long they are because some of them are, you know, 1 inch like these. Some are shorter and some are longer. So it's very important, and I do count them because never fails. If you don't count blocks or whatever it is, you're going to get the question, how many? I keep it kind of like to a roundabout number, 450 plus, because, you know, what if I miscounted? I don't want somebody to do an INAD because I'm 5 off or whatever. So I think this was actually like 470, but I just kind of rounded it. $17.95. Stuffins. I talk about them a lot with the Rudolph Island of Misfit Toys, but there is a fairy tale series. I'm pretty sure I picked this up at the turkey yard sale. Yeah. This was from 1998. It's Hickory Dickory Dock. The mouse ran up the clock. $9.95. Wildlife Artist. This is sold at the Bass Pro Shop from 2001. It sold for $11.66. This is from Stephen Smith. It is a black cat panther plush, 10-inch, sold for $13.45. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If you flipped it around, it said Happy New Year. Bells, they were light up, hang in a window. Sold for $20 best offer. I did put in there that only one of the lights was working, but it could be a bulb. I need to get some replacement bulbs that I can use to test stuff with. Not, you know, I keep batteries, but I don't think of bulbs. And a lot of times I have like the glowworms or some of the Fisher-Price toys that I need a little bulb for to test. So I need to do that. This is Stuffins again, but these were the larger. There was a larger series of Rudolph. This one was 16 inches to the tops of his horns. He sold for $20. Little people, I usually put them in small lots. These are what I consider the heavies. They sold for $8.96. Noma Ornamotion Carousel Horse Ornament. I pick up a lot of ornaments at estate sales, 50 cents or $1. This one sold for $21.55. This is Disney Raya and the Last Dragon. I probably won't pick these up anymore because they just don't sell well. Some character plush under Disney do really well, and then I have found this series was not very lucrative at all. These 3 plush together sold for $11.66. Disney, Toys R Us chimpanzee plush. This was a large one with the oversized feet. He sold for $17.95. Ideal Scribbles cloth doll. I remember showing this in a haul recently. Don't remember how much I paid. She did have some condition issues, but she's such unique and there were so few listed and sold. I just went ahead and disclosed everything, leaving all cleaning to buyer, $11.66. I picked these up at my little favorite estate sale. I think the coffee mugs were 50 cents and the cups were a quarter, or vice versa. I can't remember which one. Ooh, my eyes twitching. I think that's lack of sleep or too much caffeine. And I have both issues going. This is a Tervis set of coconut palm cup mugs. A lot of 2. I don't pick up a whole lot of Tervis, but these were unique, different, but could be lotted together. $13.45. Now these, I picked this up at the 100 Mile Yard Sale last year. There were 30 sets of this Buffalo China restaurant ware. They've been listed all of this time. I paid $5 for all of it. And somebody in a town near me sent me an offer of $8 for 4 of them, with the idea that if she likes them, she might order some more. So I think I need to go in and change the shipping to add local pickup, and maybe it'll save her shipping. But she did pay shipping for the first 4, but I need to go in and add that. I've done a couple of local sales on eBay, and when they choose that, eBay sends them one of the QR codes, and then I scan that, showing that it has been received. So I need to do that as soon as this is done. In fact, I'm going to make a note right now. All right, this is a multi-quantity sale. This person bought just kind of a variety of vintage bears, from Carlton cards to Cuddlewit, Eden, and then the Aeropostale. Spent $47.53 on the 4 bears and didn't wait for me to send an invoice, so I did send a refund on shipping. Little Tykes Green Chunky Vehicles. There's several in this series. I tend to pick them up at the bins, or if they're really cheap at yard sales. It sold for best offer of $8. There's a Miss Wonderful and a Mr. Wonderful, or Mr. Perfect. But this was a little small miniature, like a keyring clip-on. When you squeezed her, they say really funny things about just how perfect they are as a husband or a wife. Kind of a novelty gag gift type of thing. It sold for best offer of $10. Gund Snuffles. I knew when I picked this up that it was unique. I hadn't seen the gray bear. Was kind of larger. A lot of times I find the white ones or the tan ones. It sold very quickly for $24.26. Petting Zoo. I like that brand. Normally it's my bread and butter, but this was an oversized 26-inch long alligator. Sold for $17.95. Thai Pluffies. I pick up most that I find. This one sold for $8.96. Scotland coat of arms. We bought a large lot of vintage coffee mugs at at an estate sale. Probably 20, if not more. I think most of them were a quarter. This was one of them. It was a Scotland coat of arms. Sold for $11, best offer. Now these I picked up in the box lots of Christmas, the vintage Christmas that I shared with you guys recently. They were just unique. I kind of put high prices on them and then wait for offers to see, you know, what the market is showing. These were like velvet pine cones. There were 5 of them. So I got a best offer almost immediately of $25, which I accepted. I paid, I think, $20 for the entire box, and I've already sold several things from it. Fisher-Price Little People clip clops. These go to a little set where the horses go down and make a clip clop sound as they go. These are the 4 of the princesses. I tend to put them in lots together. I found 3 of them somewhere and I had one listed, so I ended the one, put them all 4 together, and they sold very quickly for $17.95. Scooby-Doo plush. This one is also from Gund. It's small, 5 inches. It sold for best offer of $10. Another Gund. Comfy, cozy, lamb, lovey, security blanket, but it's also one of the larger ones, so I always put like mat on there. It was 22 inches long, sold for $19.76. My favorite and best subscriber in Ohio has to be Ellie, and Ellie and her mom bought for me again. Did a little Christmas shopping. They bought this raccoon hand puppet and the little Fisher-Price blocks, $22.41. So thank you so much, Ellie. Scarface figure. We picked this up at the Goodwill bins when we went out to do the Prison to Profit shindig in South Carolina. This is missing like a base or something, maybe even some accessories. I went ahead and still listed it kind of high. It sold for $14 best offer. This little Tony Montana Scarface figure. Coldwater Creek jeans. We pick up a lot of jeans. I'd say we average $1.50 a pair. These sold for $17.71. Prima Creation. I'm pretty sure I just showed this recently in a haul. I bought a stack of Christmas stockings. This one sold very quickly, $17.95. Fairview Christmas Reindeer. It was musical. I do have a video showing that it works down here in the bottom. Sold for $22.45. America We Go. That is also Fiesta. Just a cute little vintage pig. Sold for $9 best offer. Pharmaceutical mugs. I've found this one several times. Not a big dollar one like some of the others that we have sold, but this is Protonics. It sold for $17.95. And Walt Disney Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. Cute vintage plush, 7-inch, sold very quickly, $12.95. Now my 2 big sales to share with you from eBay for last weekend. Finally got the blow modes listed, but very late. Very late. They should have been listed at least a month earlier. Got a best offer of $55 for the donkey, so I went ahead and accepted it. But I still have, I think, the cow and some of the other pieces. And another one of the Waterford Christmas trees. This was the larger one, 6.5 inch. We had 4 of the large, 4 of the small. I think I've sold all of the large now. This was the white frosted one. sold for best offer of $125. We bought all 8 of them for $50 at a yard sale. So very nice turnaround on them. I'm ready for my vacation. I'm ready for my vacation, y'all. I put out a video last night just because it was on my mind that I needed to refamiliarize myself on how to put everything on vacation. So I did have that. So just if you sell on any of the 4 platforms that I do, you know, go watch that video so you know how to get your vacation settings set up. But I think I'm going to try to get one more video done and then get some lunch in me and then get some stuff processed. I'm trying to process enough stuff so that I can still list every day while we're on vacation, because I don't want, you know, to just kind of let everything go stagnant, because I know sales are going to diminish and I know it's going to be a little bit tough getting back into the swing of things when we get back, but got to do what I got to do. All right. Bye.